Welcome! I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up! I made this quick card with products from Stampin' Up! I sell these products and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free detailed directions for this project on my website, and you'll also find links to the products that I used. If you click those links, it'll take you to my online store at Stampin' Up! You'll see where to find all of that at the end of this video, so don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. I want to show you a couple of things. First of all, on my directions, on the color wheel, I am using complementary colors, which means they're on the opposite side of the color wheel. You'll find the color wheel on page 132. I'm using complementary colors, so I've got Calypso Coral and Summer Splash, so they're pretty much directly across. I'm also using another resource that you'll find on page 22. You'll find layouts, and I use the number 2 layout, this one right here, for this card. I also want to show you in the catalog this bundle. I'm using the Labeled with Love bundle, and this catalog has 2 different interesting bundles. Also the Keeping Tabs bundle, where you can choose whether you want to get the stamp set and the dies, or the stamp set and the punch. I'm using the punch. Maybe you prefer dies, so you can have that option. In this case, you get 3 dies, or the one image with a punch, and it's the same price either way, so you can have it your way. Just be sure that when you click the links on, I'll have all of these with links, so don't click all of them. You want to decide whether you want the dies or the punch, or you can do it without getting them together as a bundle. If you don't want to save that for 15%, up to you. I really like this stamp set. It's got the to and from stamps, which are always helpful. Birthday, you are loved, enjoy today, just for you, thanks friend. So you could use it for a lot of different occasions. These go together, so it's a 2-step stamp. These also go together for a 2-step, and these go together for a 2-step. And this is the one we're going to use, and a happy birthday. So my cardstock is Calypso Coral, basic card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have my standard large layer, which is 4 by 5 1/4 to put on the inside, and an envelope, of course. These layers are a little bit different than my standard. I have a Summer Splash that's 3.5 by 4 3/4, and a piece of Soft Sea Foam, and this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And then I have just a small layer, 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, and this is mostly for the punched piece and the stamp. And this, not a die cut, I fussy cut it, but this little present. So we're going to start off by stamping this piece with Summer Splash. And there's 3 different stamps in this set. It's got this 3 presents, and then a larger present that's kind of a solid, and then this is the polka dot for the 2-step. So I'm going to just stamp all over here. I put them pretty close together on this one. I'm going to put them a little farther apart here. So I'm basically making my own designer series paper as a background. And I'll be covering the center part, so I don't really need to stamp there. I'm going to go ahead and glue that to this Summer Splash layer. And I'm using the liquid glue. I like the liquid glue because it's quick and easy to get stuck on there, and it's also relatively cheap to buy. And if you don't get it right where you want it, you can slide it around a little bit. You've got a little leeway to play there. On this piece, I'm going to stamp with my Calypso Coral. I'm going to stamp the frame for the label down here. And I always want to stamp the outline first and then stamp the greeting. Centered on that label. And I can go ahead and punch this out. And I always like to use the back side of the punch so I can see exactly where I'm punching. So that's ready to go. Then I want to stamp the present, and I want to stamp off it. So I'm going to ink here, and I'm going to stamp over here to just stamp off. And look how dark that is, but without re-inking it, I'm going to stamp again. And then I'm going to stamp full strength. Let me show you what it looks like this way, full strength. And so you don't really see it, but if I stamp it here, see how much it shows up. I'll fussy cut those in a second, but I also want to stamp it down here in the corner of my inside. So I'll stamp that off again. And this is really quick to fussy cut. It's almost a rectangle. Give yourself a border, cut around, turn the paper instead of your hand, instead of the scissors. So I kind of think about gluing my elbow to my side. Quick as that. Bringing in my card base, gluing my card base down. Not my card base, my card inside layer. Now if I wanted to make it a little bit fancy, I could lift this up with dimensionals. But frankly, I'm going to use dimensionals with my label and my present. And I think that when you get 2 layers of dimensionals, my post office sometimes challenges it and makes me pay extra. I'm going to put some adhesive in the middle. And I honestly think that the Stampin' Seal is a better choice rather than the liquid glue when you're using ribbon. I've got this lovely Summer Splash ribbon, and I'm not tying a bow or anything. I'm just kind of loosely making a bow shape, sort of. I'm not worrying about it getting perfect. And I might want to bring another piece down here. So it looks really messy. I've been hearing a lot about messy buns. Seems like everybody's wearing messy buns. This is a messy bow. Getting my label out with a couple of dimensionals on it. We'll cover up that adhesive and the messiness. And we'll add another dimensional on the present. I don't know, probably doesn't need it, but I'm going to just do a dot of glue up here because we don't want to add another dimensional up here because we would be adding a layer. I've already got this lifted up here. So I'll put this overlapping just a little bit. I also want to add some of these in color shimmer gems, and we've got the Summer Splash, and they've got 2 different sizes, and where you put these really don't matter. I usually put 3 or 5 on, so maybe I'll put this one over here, and that's it. Here is the web address for this project, where you'll find the free detailed directions and links for the products I used. Just click the links and you'll be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! Click Home near the top of my page and you'll find lots of resources. Under Shop, you can find the products I offer to make crafting more convenient, how to get free products with my frequent shopper rewards, and a link to my online store at Stampin' Up! Click Inspiration to scroll all my projects back to 2011, most with detailed directions and videos. Though the products in those older projects have been retired, you may find techniques, layouts, or color combinations to inspire you today. If you're new to stamping, you might want to look at the basics. You'll find how to cut card bases and layers, and some of my favorite tools. Under Organization, you'll find lots of free resources such as catalog tabs, labels and case inserts, color tools, and much more. More organization means more time for stamping. You can learn about my Evernote notebook. I have a note for every current product that Stampin' Up! Has for sale right now. It really makes finding just exactly what you want very easy. And you can create your own notebook and search through all of the things that you own to find just what you need. Come stamp with me here in Ventura County, California, or get the best deal of all and join my team of crafters. The team is called SIP Together, and it stands for Stamps, Ink, and Paper Together. Be sure to subscribe to my website and on my YouTube channel. I'd love to hear your comments. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you soon.